Welcome everybody to day 3, the final day of the charity fundraiser stream that I've been doing the past 2 days. Let me know if the audio and everything's coming through okay. We had some trouble on the first day with that, but I think we have it all fixed out. You may notice we got a different camera angle today. I put the camera a little bit further away because I'm going to be doing quite a few different things on this table today, besides just working on this mock that I've been working on the past few days. I'll kind of explain what this is all about, but we'll get into that. Let me know if there's anything wrong with the connection or anything like that, and I will do my best to work it out. So, what do we got going for today? So, I'm going to start off by explaining the purpose and kind of consensus behind this stream that I've been doing. And remember, today is the last day. I'm going to try to hit that goal of $125, and you're going to see how I'm going to do that in just a few minutes here. But so what is this charity stream? What is this fundraiser all about? So I'm raising money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And you may be wondering, what are those? What am I donating my money to? So basically what those are there a group of hospitals. If you're familiar with the St. Jude's Children's Hospitals, it's very similar to those. Here, I'm just checking. It looks like my stream. Oh, no, we're still up. Cool. And so it's very similar to those in that they're children's hospitals. They focus primarily on children and newborns specifically. And so 100% of the money fundraised tonight will be going towards those hospitals. So great cause. You can read more about the specific functions of the hospital and exactly what your money is going to be going towards. In the description, I have a little blip there, and then I have a link to more specific information about that hospital. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm uploading kind of some challenges that I'm up for doing tonight. I know I've been kind of doing it loosely in the past with people donating. I'll kind of do what you want, but I have some specific challenges to hopefully generate some more fundraising donations. And so I'm going to get those up on screen for you just a second here. Here they are. Awesome. Okay, so you should see them on the screen. Whoops, that is not what I want to be moving. I'll actually move that down for you. That'll help. Here we go. Cool. So there, that'll let me move them, and I'll resize them here so you can see them all just a bit better. There we go. So if you can see, you should be able to see these on screen. I'm just going to double check on that to make sure that I'm not just talking about random stuff that you can't see. Yeah, cool. So you can see those on screen now. Awesome. So just real quick to clarify, if you want to donate money to this fundraiser, please do not super chat. Super chat money will not go towards me, or it'll go towards me and not to the fundraiser. And the money I want going to the fundraiser instead. So please keep that in consideration. If you super chat, the money will go towards me. I don't want that. I want the money to go towards the fundraiser. There's a link on the screen to the fundraiser. There's also a link at the top of the description if you want to donate. So you can kind of see in the corner right below my picture of things that I'm willing to do for money. So the first one is $1 per minute trooper stack. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, I have a bunch of cups up here, pick-a-brick cups, of clone troopers, of storm troopers, of death troopers, of almost every Lego trooper you can imagine. And so I'm basically going to take out the minifigs, and you can connect them by using their hands and lining the feet up with the studs, and basically just make a massive tower. And that's why the camera's so far away, because I've seen some pretty crazy towers. So if you choose to go down that route, for every dollar you donate, I'll just start building a stack. The more dollars you donate, the higher the stack will be. Who knows when it'll fall over? I don't know. We'll find out together, I guess. And then for $5, I'll do a blindfolded build. You can see I have the blindfold here that I used yesterday in this stream. If you missed out on that, you can go back to last stream and check that out. And then a $10 firewalk. So the firewalk will be walking on Lego. We'll have to figure out like an exact runway or stretch of space for me to do that on. So it's fair, but if you want me to walk on Lego, and it will be barefoot. I'm not wearing socks or anything. Barefoot walking on Lego, we'll do it for a certain amount of time or for a certain distance. And yeah, so if you want to put me through that paying $10 donation. So the way the donations work is if you click on the link, you can donate. You can use PayPal. You can use your card. Either of those options work. And then just let me know once you've donated in the chat and what you would like me to do. And then we'll go ahead and update the screen, update that donation bar, and then we'll go from there. Cool. So one other thing I think I'm going to put out real quick before we get started with me going into the mocks that I'm working on right now is I'm going to put out a community post. So everybody who is subscribed to me, who maybe didn't see the announcement of the live stream tonight, because I know I'm doing it at quite a bit different time, and I scheduled it just about 20 minutes or so before we just started here. So I want to get that community post out to everybody to let them know what's going on tonight, that they can expect some fun challenges, exciting times ahead with that. So we'll go ahead and post this. Join me. But thanks everyone for coming out. We see a few people in the chat here. Usual Troy, Jason O'Batman, Justin Victor, and Design TY are all in the chat. Thanks guys for coming by. Let me know if you're working on a mock now or sorting or just chilling out tonight. What is today? Wednesday night, so we're right in the middle of the week, hump day. So go ahead and share the link for this stream, and boom, there we go. We are all set to go. So, what mocks am I working on? So the past few streams, if you've been watching, I was working on this Governor's Mansion from Star Wars. And, oh, Tu Seng Wu is here. Hello there. And so, this Governor's Mansion was basically somewhere in the Star Wars universe during the time of the Empire and the Rebels, and it was going to be raided by Death Troopers. So Death Troopers would be kicking in, breaking through the windows, and that's kind of the whole premise around it. So I'm actually going to be taking a break from this mock. I know a lot of you have been following along with the changes and such to this mock over the nights. I haven't touched it since last night's stream, and so instead I will be working on this diner mock, which you can kind of see in the corner over here. So I'm going to be working on that tonight. The reason for that being is because I want to get this one really close to being finished. I know I have most of it worked out already, where this one is just in the early stages of being built. So I'm just going to move around a few bins and get to work on the big one. But as I mentioned before, we have a few things on screen. So if you want to donate money to get me to do some crazy stuff like a buy and build, firewalk on a bunch of Lego pieces, or if you want me to start stacking all of my clone troopers, that's up to you. But all that information is up on screen, and then the donation link is in the description and on screen as well. Cool. So let me go ahead and explain this diner mock as I move it over here for you guys. I'm going to kind of push all these, let's see, move this over here. Don't need that cord. And I'm going to move all these pieces. That's the thing, when you start building, you know, you get all these pieces that just kind of end up on your table when you're prototyping and messing around with stuff. And that's the fun part at the end of the mock. Not only do I eventually take apart my mocks and sort those, but I also have to pick up all these pieces that somehow find their way onto my table, and then go ahead and sort those when I'm done. So quite a bit of sorting is in store for me when I finish mocks. So you can see all these pieces that I'm shifting over on my table over here. Those are all just from that small thing that I built over here the last few days. So I'll put that right there for you guys to see. Got my cup of Death Troopers. Put that in the corner. And we're going to go ahead and line this one up right here. And I got my comments, my live comment feed going on this iPad. Ooh, that's right over here. Good stuff. Go ahead and check the comments now. Design TY said he's building a Batman Tumbler mock that is actually minifig scale compared to Lego's 2 sets. Awesome. That's actually really cool. If you're familiar with Alex the Brick Den, he made a really cool version of the tumbler. I'm not sure if it's minifig scale. I want to say no off the top of my head, but I could be completely wrong on that. So that's a cool one that you'll want to check out. I know it's on his Flickr. It's probably also on his Instagram as well. So we're going to go ahead. And again, let me know if there's any feedback problems with the live stream. I'll do my best to fix that. Like I said, we had some problems Monday night with that, so I want to make sure that no more problems going with that. We're down to 4 viewers. Oh, it's pronounced TY. Have I been saying YT? Wow. Oh, no, it's pronounced Thai. My bad. Like Thai Cobb or Thai Fighter in your case. Yeah, my bad. I thought because they're both uppercase, it was an acronym for something. Sorry about that. Down to 3 viewers. What is going on? I'm sending everyone away. I did not, but you have to pay for his instructions. Oh, I didn't actually know that he was selling his instructions for that. That's interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, Tyler. Now I'm completely lost of what you're referring to. Tyler. Oh shoot, Lego-matic, not Lego-matic. What's his username online? I think I know who you're talking about. He sells instructions, or he makes models that the instructions are sold for. Elsewhere, that might be who you're referring to. I don't recall him building a tumbler, but I could be wrong. Okay, so this diner. This is actually part of a Thrawn mock that I built for the Rebel Lug Thrawn collab, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I think it was Rising Admiral. I forgot the exact name of the collab was, but the Rebel Lug Thrawn collab, and that's what this diner was built for. There's a scene where he goes and meets with an associate on Coruscant, and so this is supposed to be a Coruscant diner. If I go ahead and I can actually just pop that off for you guys. If you see what this looks like right here, you should be able to see through there. It kind of has that Coruscant look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best to replicate this, but along this other side, because it's supposed to be like a corner diner. So Tyler Ty. Okay, good stuff. Okay, we're back up. Bringing the viewers back up. We're up to 6 now. I know Wednesday's probably not the best night to stream, and I'm doing this one a bit later than I've done the last few. I'm just kind of moving around the times to see what works best. It actually seems that the earlier I did it, the more viewers we got, but I think as we continue on, we'll get some more people in here. And like I said, for all those of you new joining us, I do have some challenges on the stream if you want to make me do a blindfolded build or walk on a bunch of Lego pieces or start stacking all my clone troopers. The donation goals are there on the screen if you want to do that. And you have to use one of the links to donate. Please do not super chat. So let's go ahead and get started with this diner. So I have a bunch of pieces for this actually somewhere. I do need, oh, here they are. So fun fact is I actually built this entire thing you see here. There's an entire back part too, but I already scrapped that. I built this all at college. Yes, Spencer, I am finishing the diner. I'm not going to be able to finish it because I know I have to place a few part orders, but yeah, I'm going to be making some major progress. I've actually decided to completely redo the bar as well. I know I'm redoing I'm building a kitchen in the back here, but first priority is build out this window part, then redo the bar, and so I'm hoping to do both of those tonight because the window part shouldn't take too long. So I actually used an interesting technique. I don't know if anyone's done this before. I don't want to claim that I came up with this technique or something, but I have yet to see it anywhere else, but I don't see a ton of Lego mocks, so I could be completely missing out on it. But I'll show you what I did for these windows. It technically is an illegal technique because there's no actual point of contact between these pieces. But if you see right here, I basically take these two, I don't know what these are called, Spencer, you can probably have the name to these type of pieces, and then I take this clear window piece and I put this in the little slit right there, and then boom, pop on the other one, and then they're all loose and flimsy, but when you connect plates or tiles over there, it can secure them, and then you won't run into any troubles there. So that is what I'll be doing. I'm going to extend it the entire length of this area, which is quite a ways, so hopefully I'm able to do that pretty quickly. I know I should have all the pieces I need for this in this little tray right here. This is all like the parts that I scrapped for the rest of the mock. I put them all in here, and so hopefully I can find all of them. Otherwise, we're going to run into a few difficulties because I don't think I have too many more of these in my house here. So I'm going to go ahead and count off how many I used for here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like 9 on each row, so I'm going to need a total of 18. So I got 3, 4. Hopefully I can find the other group of them. Here we go. A bunch of them are attached to some other pieces that I was doing some stuff with earlier. So, like I said, they should all be in here. I shouldn't have any troubles building this out. And I think I actually ended up shortening this from the initial length of it that I had before. But, oh, here you can see this is a large section of what I had before. It's called a modified 1x4 brick with groove. Okay, that's helpful to know. I probably won't remember that one, but 1x4, modified 1x4 brick with groove. There you go. For all those bricklinkers out there who are anxious to perfectly replicate this mock. I know there's a bunch of you, right? You're going to want to take notes on that one. Let's see. So I got, oh, here's 2 more. Okay, so now I only need 3 more of these modified 1x4 bricks with grooves. Let's see. Here's 1. Number 2. All right, just 1 more, and then I'll be all set to start going with this. And nope. Come on. Oh, there we go. There's number 3. Okay, sweet. So, those are all good to go now. Now the next step is, I gotta remember how these were all connected. So it looks like, is that really true how they're connected? That doesn't make any sense. Huh. Oh, you know what? They're connected with tiles. That's what it is. Okay. So, time to get some light bluish gray tiles. Thanks everyone who's joining up. Let me know what you're working on tonight, if you're building, if you're just hanging out, if you're working on homework. We had a few people working on homework during the stream last week. Let me know what's going on in the chat. So now let's see if I have enough tiles to replicate what I did the first time. Hopefully I do. What is your opinion on digital building? I've never done it, but I used stud.io the other day, and it was actually pleasant and maybe doable. So, fun fact, for those of you who have been following the recent controversy around my channel, I'm just kidding, there's no controversy here. No, so I changed my name back and forth a little while back. And so anyways, originally I was going to switch my name to the Brick Buff because I wanted to focus on more historical videos. And with that, I was going to change my logo. And the new logo I wanted to go with, the vision I had in my head of it, was going to be the Lego movie logo. So, you know, it's like the on the side, Lego on top, and then movie, all brick built. And so I looked at a few like LDD instructions of it online. Didn't seem too hard to build. So I was going to build one of those, but for my channel. So it'd say the and then brick on the top, and that's what would be kind of built 3D-ish, and then buff would be on the side. So I was going to build that in stud.io actually, because then you can render that. And that's really what I think those are useful for. Yeah, I know a lot of people use them for what they're intended to be used for, which is building while you're away, or if you don't have the right amount of pieces, or whatever the case may be, that you don't have the physical pieces, or you don't have the time to build with physical pieces, or whatever it may be. And that's really what those programs like LDD, stud.io, LDraw, that's what those are all for. So I see the real benefit, though, is to be able to 3D render some cool stuff with that. So that being the channel logo that I was going to build. And I was going to do a live stream where I attempted to learn stud.io live and build the logo live. That would have been fun. I'm assuming it's not too hard. I used LDD when I was younger. Very, very early on in my Lego collecting hobby, I got a commission build, and I was 100% not qualified to do any sort of Lego commission building. Like, I probably am not even qualified right now to do that. Anyways, I got it. And so one of the caveats to that was they required me to build the idea in LDD, because they said, we want to see it before we start giving you money to build this, to buy the pieces for it. And I said, oh boy, that's going to be fun, because I have no idea how to use LDD. So I did a quick crash course, learned the basics. I built, see, it really honestly probably made the mock much worse by forcing me to use LDD. And the reason behind that being is because what they saw in LDD is what they wanted me to build in real life. And I built absolute garbage in LDD because I didn't know how to use it. And then they're like, yeah, this is what we want. And then I built the mock that they requested in real life. And what is going on? So I'm trying to figure out how I actually built this. Oh, you know what? I went one too far. That's my problem. That would be what the problem is. Okay, so I actually only needed 8 of these pieces and not 9. That's what the problem is. So, so anyways, I ended up buying all the pieces for that model on an LDD that I built, and then I built it using the LDD. LDD generates instructions, not very good instructions, but instructions nonetheless, and I built it using those. And yeah, that was just absolutely terrible. Oh wait, did I go 1 too short? You know what? No, I was right. It is 9 long. I just went 1 too short on this side and 1 too long on the other side. That's what the problem was. Hopefully I can find that brick that oh, here it is. That I just tossed in there. Cool. So that's the story with that. I did a render with the basic render instead of and it was quite good. Not as good as what people can do out of Blender. Yeah. I actually did a Blender render through LDD. When was that? I want to say like my sophomore year of high school. I was planning to do a massive brick film. For anyone who's been a fan of my channel for many, many years, like 5 years, you'll remember right at the early stages of my channel, I was planning to do a big brick film. I had a whole script, or not a whole script, but I had a general loose script, I would say. And part of that had a CGI part with a giant Venator. So I downloaded a brick-built Venator LDD file offline off of, I'm forgetting the site name, but it was basically a site that people could upload their LDD files to if they built something really cool in there. And so I just stole one off of there, which really shouldn't do that, but anyways. So I did that, and then I gotta check which way these window panels are going so I don't mess this up too. Okay, it looks like they're all on the bottom. Is that right? Yeah, okay, so that should work. Yeah, so I built this Venator model, and if you go back really far on my channel, you might see that there's an update video. I think it is a brick film update. I want to like brick film update number 2 or something like that, and the thumbnail for the video is this Venator rendered with a dark red background. I used Blender to render it. I had no idea what I was doing, so the render obviously could have been much better with reflections and lights and all that stuff. I just threw it in there and it's like, this will render it, right? Because you can't render in LDD. At least you couldn't at the time. I don't know if they changed that. Since then I haven't dabbled in it, but I know there's a lot of people, especially like Sean, TR Legos fan, or Everett. Actually, I don't know if Everett. No, not Everett. Nick Jensen. Both of those guys use LDD. I don't know if they moved on to stud.io, but they used LDD a bunch, and they're really good at it. So I guess it's one of those things that's probably worth putting in the time to learn how to do it, because it can benefit you a lot. It's just something I haven't taken the time yet to learn, but one day. Let's see. Andrew's got a comment in here. He said, the only thing I don't like about digital building is how lots of angle techniques that work in real life cannot be replicated in LDD/stud.io because of the collision detector that always leaves little gaps. Yes, and almost the reverse of that is also true, in that sometimes those programs let you do some really janky techniques that aren't actually real, and it completely screws up your entire build. I had that when I built that commission build. There were some connections on the inside that just weren't possible. I'm sure they've refined the software since then, because like that was probably 8 years ago. But at the time, it like allowed for these things that like physically were not possible to do, and somehow it allowed me to do it. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but hopefully they fixed that, because that was a major flaw to the system. So it works both ways. You can't replicate stuff you can do in real life, and you can also do stuff that isn't possible in real life. So it's just a bad overall thing. So that's why I don't use digital building. But like I said, there's plenty of people who do and who are really good with it. Hunter's here. Hello, Hunter. For anyone new who's joining, I have some challenges up on the screen. This stream is a charity fundraiser for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. You can learn more about them in the description. But the challenges are, if you give me $1, for every dollar you give, I will spend a minute stacking clone troopers in a massive tower. So the more, if you give $1, do it for a minute. If you give $10, do it for 10 minutes. If you give $5, I'll do a blindfold build where I'll just start building with the pieces I have out with a blindfold on. And if you give $10, I'll do a firework in which I pour out a bunch of pieces on my floor and walk across them a few times. So those are the challenges we got going on tonight, hopefully to generate some more donations. Big shout out to everybody who's donated in the past streams. The only one here who has donated in the past streams, I think, is Spencer. I don't think anyone else is here who has been donating, but a big thank you to everybody. Really appreciate it. It's all going towards a good cause. So now I'm lining up these windows. I think I did this wrong because there's a bunch of gaps that I'm not really seeing on this other version that I have of the window already done. So I think I just have to alternate the window panes. I think that's what my problem is. So hopefully this works out. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take that one apart and see exactly what I did to get these windows to line up right. This is one of the trickiest part, and this is why you shouldn't really build with illegal techniques, is because you'll end up getting into weird situations like this where you're connecting pieces in ways they aren't intended to be connecting, and it's just causing all sorts of fun problems that you run into. Okay, cool. Oh, sweet. Hunter's about to start a mock with 2 AT-APs. Those are some of the greatest Star Wars vehicles. A good choice. So now I'm putting on this top connector with these 1x4 modified bricks with grooves. And it looks like, I think I got... Are they all in there? Oh, this window's not. Like I said, this is very tricky. Whoa. That one keeps poking out there at the end. But I think I got it down, Pat. Cool. Those are all in. Now, the thing is, if I lift this up, this will all just collapse because nothing's securing it. So, now the next part is, let's see. Are those studs in there? Yeah. Okay, so now I got to build the support rods that can connect this window to the actual booths that you see in here. And then it's also going to secure it to this bottom portion right here. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. I'm actually going to pull this off and then spin this entire thing over here. And then spin this around so I'll be able to see it better. And then once it's all connected, I should be able to hold it up for you guys. Hopefully it doesn't collapse on me when I do that. Legit Builders here, thanks for joining in. Again, anyone new who's joining in, let me know what you're working on now. If you're doing Lego stuff, if you're sorting, you're doing homework, whatever it may be, and feel free to donate some money to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. That's the fundraiser you're doing. Again, no super chats, please. I don't want your money. Instead, click on the link in the description or that you see on screen. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? Oh, perfect. Okay, so I actually built this upside down because there's 2 studs open on this side, 1 stud open on this side. But that's good because I'm going to have to flip it, and that means I can build the supports upside down and then flip those. Kind of sounds like a weird workaround, but it's going to work. So that means I think I have most of the pieces for the supports inside this little bucket right here. Yeah, because I had similar supports on the old one, not exactly the same thing, but very similar ones, before I decided to change up the structure of the outside part. So we're going to go ahead and dig out those supports and go ahead and revamp them and then apply them to the new thing. Hey, Brickwiz is here. Matt's up in, I don't know if you've arrived yet, Matt, but he's on his way to North Carolina for Brick Fair, North Carolina. So if you're in that area, check it out, please. I think, or I know for a fact, Empire Lug's got their display there. It's their first time displaying as a lug layout, so kudos to them for that. We're really excited to see how that all turns out for them. Exciting times ahead for Empire Lug. Legit Builder said he is sorting his last Lego mock. Yeah, how's that going for you? I absolutely hate sorting. It's just so time intensive, and especially when you build bigger and bigger mocks, you just have so many pieces. So yeah. Oh, Matt said he's actually at David's for the night, then on to North Carolina tomorrow. That's actually awesome. I know I was kind of following along on your Instagram story. That's awesome that David is opening up his doors to you, and when you hang out there, it's really cool. So it looks like I want to say I used jumpers on here. So I got to switch over. I was using these 1x2 plates, you can see, but I'm now switching over to jumpers, which are the 1x2. Oh boy, Buster's here. LSW Commando Productions. What an absolute legend. If none of you know who that is, you really need to educate yourself on the LEGO community. He's been a pillar. We would not be here today, honestly, if it wasn't for LSW. So just round of applause for the absolute legend that he is. Thanks for coming by, LSW Commando, aka Buster. It's been a week, and I'm sorting each night. Yeah, Legit Builder, I feel that pain, honestly. It's not fun times sorting those mocks. No, thank you. I would not want to spend a free day sorting a mock, but it's a necessary evil. It makes building, if you've been watching my streams and I've just been picking out pieces, I know exactly where they are. That's all wise, because when you have stuff sorted, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to start building. Let's see. Hunter said one of the ATAPs is missing the turrets. Are you using the ATAP sets? And if so, which one is the most recent one? Let's see. Oh yeah, one just came out this year, right? Yeah, in January, the January wave, we got a new one. Oh, Stromlug's back. Hey Stromlug, how's it going? Thanks for coming back. We got a bunch of people who were here in the first night stream, so appreciate you guys all swinging by tonight. Again, if you've noticed, the fundraiser goal the funds raised have gone up significantly, up to $59. Again, we're raising money for the children's hospitals, the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. If you feel like donating, you can donate with your credit card or with your PayPal. Links on the screen or in the description. And if you want me to do a challenge, there's 3 on the screen. For every $1 you donate, if you want to do that specific challenge, I will start stacking all of my clone troopers or stormtroopers or whatever you want. And basically, for every $1 you donate, I'll stack them for that many minutes. I'll also do a $5 blind build where I'll basically leave all my bins out like this, put on a blindfold and attempt to build my mock for $5. I'll do that for a minute or a few minutes. And then $10 firework where I will dump out my bin of unsorted pieces. I know Legit Builder's talking about sorting his mock. I have a massive bin of like the past 4 mocks I've been working on, and dump that all out and walk over it in bare feet. So it's gonna be painful, but worth it for the donations. This is my, oh no, that's not one right. No, I keep getting fooled by these 1x2 plates or these 1 by the corner plates. I always get fooled by those. But anyways, this is my bin of 1 by plates in light bush and dark bush gray. And I think I'm all out. That's one of those pieces that I always just seem to run out of, is 1 by plates in dark bush gray. I need to just place a massive bulk order of those from somewhere. Now the other bin I like to look through is, actually, for all those of you watching, let me know in the comments if you have a bin similar to this. So this is my bin that whenever you build a set, you usually get a few leftover parts, and they're usually very small parts. Those get thrown into this bin. So anytime there's leftover pieces from a Lego set, they just go into this bin right here. And then over time, it's this massive collection. And I like to use this because it's a lot of very small, very specific pieces. And you kind of have an idea or general idea of what pieces are in here. So for example, like looking for 1 by 1 plates. Here's one in light bush gray. I'm looking for dark bush gray in this case. But there is a good chance that I'll find some. I know I've already rated this bin. Oh, perfect, right there. See, right as I called it, dark bush gray 1 by 1 plate. Just what I was looking for. But yeah, let me know if you guys keep a bin similar to this. I found it to be very, very useful when building. I can't tell you how many times I've turned to it when I'm down on a piece or whatever. Okay, so now I'll just build all 4 of these supports first. That seems to be the move at the moment. And then I'll go ahead and connect them all at the same time, because I'm definitely going to have some difficulties keeping this whole thing together when I try to connect it. So we'll see how that goes. So I got 1 support down. Now it's time to build 3 more. So I got this jumper there. Make sure that's the right jumper. Cool. So now I need another 1x1 dark bluish gray plate. Let's see. Hunters asked who's excited for season 7, and then Buster said Brickworld Master. Oh, Buster's Brickworld Master for 2 years in a row. Buster, I thought it was 5 years in a row. I could be wrong on that one. And he says, or is it season 8 of the Clone Wars? Yeah. So season. Now I'm trying to remember this. Was season 6 the last one that went on TV, or was it season 5? And then which one was the Lost Missions, which was on Netflix? Something's telling me that season 5 was the last one on TV. Season 6 was the one on Netflix, the Lost Missions, and then season 7 is what we're getting. I could be completely wrong, though. Let me know in the comments. Hunter asked, you know how to get rid of Sharpie on clone troopers? That's a tough one. So I think there's only 1 clone trooper that I've ever Sharpied. I know it's a common trend when you're young. It's like, oh, I want the 501st, so I want the 212. Let me get a Sharpie and paint the markings on them myself. That'll look good, right? And at the time, it does look pretty good, let me tell you. But then a few years down the road, you're going to be trying to use one of them in your mocks, and you're like, man, this Sharpie is just not doing it for me. And yeah, you're going to have a hard time removing it. I have no idea. I know there's like specific Sharpie remover and specific chemicals and stuff. But I don't know any specific names of them. So sorry about that. You'll have to do some more research. I think hydrogen peroxide is what you use when you have like yellowed bricks and you want to, especially like your white bricks or white plates or whatever, that they get yellowed over time. I think if you fill up a bin of water and a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and you just let them sit in there, that usually gets it out. But I have yet to do that. I should probably start making a bin of yellowed parts. Let me know if you guys have any yellowed parts bins. I have an old colors bin, meaning like discontinued colors, like the dark brown or not dark brown. Actually, yeah, dark brown, dark gray, and light gray. Because the current grays that we use, like all the grays you see here, are dark bluish gray and light bluish gray. And then the browns are now reddish brown. So instead of brown, it's reddish brown. So I have the old brown and the old... Actually, I don't know if there's an old dark brown. I don't think so. But yeah, I don't like using those colors in mocks because they just don't blend well with the new ones, in my opinion. There is a different hue to them, and I just not a big fan of how that looks combined with the other ones. I guess if you're doing a mock with exclusively those pieces, which who knows, maybe I'll do in the future. Like I have not a massive, but a decent sized tub full of those. Maybe someday in the future I'll do an exclusive mock with those. I was thinking about doing like a funny mock where it's like burning like a giant landfill or something, where they're burning a bunch of old pieces and it would just be filled with the old colors. I was thinking of doing something like that. Oh, something else I wanted to mention was talking about Sharpie clones. What I ended up doing, because I saw someone's video about this when I was I'm trying to think of how old I was at this time. Anyways, I wanted to make the custom clones using the Sharpie method, but I saw someone's video where they recommended, instead of drawing directly on there, because they said you're going to regret it if you do, to instead put a piece of Scotch tape, you know, the clear tape over the torso and like cut out the edges so it perfectly fit over the torso, and then Sharpie on that. And sure enough, I did that. Oh, here's another 1x1. So I'm finding a bunch in this bin that I was talking about earlier, so this bin really worked out for me tonight. So yeah, so then you draw the Sharpie, you apply directly to those the pieces of Scotch tape, and that worked out for me, because then I got to Sharpie on them, and then when it came time that I grew tired of all the different colors, I would just peel off the piece of Scotch tape and voila, clean white torso. So there's a cool tip if you're looking to make some custom clones or you want to attempt to start making customs to use the Scotch tape method. Highly recommend that. That would actually make for a decent video if I had Sharpie skills where I could actually draw well. Now the only problem you're going to run into that is if you try doing the helmet, you're not going to be able to like put the piece of Scotch tape on the helmet without it like poking up, because it's not meant to be bent around such a complex surface. So you will run into problems if you try to do it like that. Now I just need one more 1x1 dark bush gray plate. I had good luck finding the other 3 in this bin, but I don't think I'm gonna find a 4th. And honestly, that's one of the dangers of having this kind of bin, where it's like you roughly know what kind of pieces are in there, but you don't know for sure. Whereas in the white, or in the dark bush and white bush gray plates, 1x plates bin, where is it? This one right here. I know for a fact I can dig around a little bit and be like, you know what, I don't see a 1x1 in here. That means I don't have one. Another method is to flip it up and look from underneath, because that's the advantage of having like clear bins, as you can see from the bottom. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here. Whereas when you have a mixed bin, you're like, oh, there's so many other pieces in here, there's a good chance I could find it, but I don't know. So then you kind of start relying on the bin, and then it's never a good thing to rely on a mixed bin to find specific pieces. I'll flip this one upside down. There's quite a few dark bush gray 1x pieces in here, but I think they're all slopes or tiles. I don't think they are plates, but we will dig for them nonetheless and try to see what we can come up with here. Do I have an Instagram? Yeah, I do have an Instagram. It's Lego Buff Productions. I don't use it too much. I'd like to use it more in the future, but I mean, I say that now. Will I actually use it more in the future? Probably not. But I would like to. I'd like to start doing some more like smaller builds. I'd like to do some more like Clone Wars like vignettes. Some really small Clone Wars vignettes. Those would be nice. Yeah, I think this is going to be a big fat strikeout on this 1x1 dark bush gray plate. So sad. I really thought I had a good chance at this one. Do a few more minutes of digging through here, hoping I can find it. But I do not think one is coming up, unfortunately. Yep. Alright, so what does that mean? That means I have to completely scrap the mock and start a new... No, I'm just kidding. There's a few other places I can look. Actually, you know what? There was a bin. Is it this one? No. What is in here? I have so many random bins, just like kind of like random stuff in it. I need to really go through these better next time. Oh, you know what? I definitely have some at college because I remember seeing them, but... King LAS Nerd. Okay, is it King LA Snerd? Or is it King Lasnerd? Or is it King Lass Nerd? Let me know. Let me know how you pronounce your username. That's a tricky one. Okay, so even though we don't have that 1x1 plate, actually, let me take one quick look through this tray of miscellaneous pieces from when I scrapped the mock earlier, or scrapped part of it earlier. I may have thrown... Oh, perfect. Look at that. One of them sitting right here. Boom. Okay, got the last one. We are good to go. We're up to 13 viewers now, it looks like. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. LA is as in the... Oh, like la. Oh, for French people or for Spanish. It's also the same thing. It's the feminine, whatever. I don't know the name for that. Cool. So it's King the Snerd. Is that it? If I was saying it in English. Interesting. Does Snerd stand for something, or is that like your actual name, or another French word? Who knows? Okay, so for everyone joining in, what we're doing today is a charity fundraiser stream. This is part 3. This is the final day. I'm really trying to get to $125 goal. We have yet to have one single donation yet today, though. So I'm still going to remain optimistic, though, that we'll get there. I put 3 kind of fundraiser ideas on the screen there if you want to join in. So for every dollar you donate, $1 equals 1 minute of stacking a giant tower of clone troopers, stormtroopers. I have hundreds of them, so let me know what you want me to stack, and I'll start stacking those. $5 blindfold build, where I'll basically put on a blindfold and just start building with all the pieces around me, and we'll see what ends up happening. And then $10 for the firewalk, which is me dumping out a bin of Lego pieces on the floor and walking across them in bare feet. So let me know if you want to do one of those. Donation link is on the screen. It's also at the top of the description. If you want to donate, you can use your credit card, your debit card, or your PayPal. Any of those 3 options do work. Again, use the donation link though. Do not use Super Chat, because Super Chat goes to me. I don't want your money. I want the money to go to the fundraiser. It's going to these Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Really good cause, and you can read more about those in the description. So what am I building? So I'm fixing up this diner. If you saw my Thrawn part of the Rebel collab for the Rebel Thrawn collab, I had this Coruscant diner. And after the collab, I said, you know, this is a pretty cool build, but I'm not really too happy with how some of the specific elements of it turned out. So I decided instead to kind of scrap part of it and rebuild it, kind of building it as Dex's Diner from Star Wars Episode 2, or the Lego Star Wars video game. So it's going to be more Coruscant-ish, or it's going to still be a Coruscant diner, but it's going to have an actual bar in the back and a kitchen in the back, where my original model didn't have that. So adding on a few things, and then I'm redoing the windows because I wasn't too pleased. They were a very simple build that I did last minute because I was kind of rushing as that collab deadline drew nearer. So, oh, we're up to $60. Cool. So someone donated $1. Done. Collecting bricks. Thank you for getting the dollar train going. So $1, that means that we are going to do a 1 minute trooper stack. And so you guys might be, what the heck does this mean? Collecting bricks, let me know. I got 2 12th troopers, I got airborne troopers, I got the Kashyyyk troopers, I got the Kashyyyk scout troopers, I have death troopers, I have storm troopers, I have plain white clone troopers, I have droids. I don't know if droids will stack very well. I got regular stormtroopers, I got first order stormtroopers. Let me know which ones you want me to stack, or you can name a few, and I'll do my best to stack as many of those as I can in 1 minute, and we'll see if we can start a leaderboard and start a record. Let me get a base plate to stack these on. Boom, there's a plate. Let's see, waiting for Collecting Bricks to make her decision about which troopers she wants me to stack, and we will begin the games. Did anyone see the endgame trailer? Yes, I have seen the endgame trailer. Very exciting stuff. The Lego sets look interesting, but we'll see. Kashyyyk troopers. Okay, cool. So let me grab. Where's the other cup of these? Oh, you know what? I think I just pulled them down earlier. Oh, they're on the floor right here. Here they are. All right, so we got this whole cup right here. Hopefully you guys can see. This is all full of these 41st Elite Corps. I think that's what they're called, Kashyyyk troopers. And then this one right here is full of the Scout troopers. I'm not sure how many I'm going to be able to stack, so we're going to go ahead and start with the basic ones, and then if the timer's still going, then we're gonna cut into these. Let me go ahead and get my phone out. I will start a 1 minute timer, and we will go from there. And let's see, 1 minute. So you can see this timer right here for 1 minute. You'll hear the alarm go off, but I tried setting it up so you could see it on screen earlier. It didn't work out too well last time. So without further ado, thanks for the $1 again, Collecting Bricks, and we're gonna go ahead. Whoops, I totally put that on my keyboard. That was not good. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So actually, you know what? Yeah, okay. Ready, set, go. So there There's one. I'm going to stack them with their hands because I really think that that's going to be the best way. I could take off their helmets, but then that would ruin the look of the clone troopers. They won't look like clone troopers anymore, right? So I think it'll actually work better if I stack them. Whoa. Towers of 3 and then attach those and see if that'll work maybe. Oh, their hands do not seem to be wanting to hold each other up. That is not good teamwork, guys. Come on. Oh. Okay, we're going with the no helmets. I think that'll work better. The hands didn't seem to be working out too well. Much better. I'm just going to alternate the feet. We're going to see how many we can get before this tower falls down or before the clock runs out. Oh boy. It's starting to lean. Oh, we're going to keep going. You know what? I'm going to go until this falls because it failed right at the beginning. And that wasn't fair. Whoa. Okay. There's a lot of bending going on here. Hopefully you can see this. It looks that to be the case. Oh! Oh, they just bend right over because their feet turn. Okay, so what did we... That's funny. What did we get up to here? We got up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we got up to 11. So we got 11 stormtroopers. Oh, they bend sideways that way. So we're going to go ahead and leave that as is. And what I'll do next time is if someone donates another $1, I'll go ahead and start building another stack, and I'll build it right next to it. And so we'll see if we can get it up to a higher height. So I said, what was that, 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so we got 11 before it bent back over. Like I said, donate another $1, and you can see another tower go up, hopefully taller than the first one. Yeah, you know, I really thought doing it with... because my original idea was to stack them like this where you put their hands out, right? And then they would just stand in the hand. Because I thought that'd be good, but I didn't realize that this is quite flimsy, a lot more flimsy than I thought. You see how it's kind of wobbling around there like that? And so maybe if I stick them in that way, that's going to be too complex. Okay. Too many crazy shapes with the Kashyyyk Troopers. But thanks again for the $1 donation. We'd love to see some more people get in on that, and we can get the towers. I'd love to end this live stream, and I just have like 5 or like 20 towers of clones just up to the ceiling. That'd be awesome. And yeah, and again, actually, you know what? That's what I'll do. So instead of $1 per minute, we'll do $1 per stack. So I'll build it until the stack bends over like that one did. So if you donate $10, then I'm gonna have to build 10 stacks. That's right, 10 stacks. So I'll go ahead and change that text so people can see that on the screen. PNG. Cool. We're going to go ahead and change this one out. Done. Cool. All good to go. So let me know if you guys enjoyed that on the stream. Seeing that building challenge. I know we did the building without hands yesterday, and that was an interesting one because I didn't know how to approach it. So my initial thought was to go with the elbows. I felt that the elbows was the best way to build without hands, but that was definitely not the case. So what I ended up doing was instead well, no, actually, that is what I ended up doing. I don't know what else I could use, though. I was thinking maybe if I used, like, my wrists, that would give me more movement. There's no way I could use my feet like that. I definitely would not be able to build anything like that. So, all right, let's see. If I'm trying to figure out where to connect this in here as I go ahead and start to secure the... Uh-oh, that's not right. That looks right on. Oh, you know why? Oh, you know what? This makes so much more sense. I was so confused why when I was putting these windows on, Why, first of all, I wasn't able to line up the studs correctly, but then I realized that the windows, I was putting them sideways like this, horizontally, but they're supposed to go up like that, and that makes so much more sense of why they weren't aligning properly. And oh man, that's all. Actually, no, since I had these off anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put in all of the bottom supports and then flip it up so I can put on the top supports. So I'm gonna slide this over, hopefully. Oh boy, that's not gonna work. Oh, you can spell like words with that trooper stack. That's cool. Good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna slide this into frames. Hopefully you guys can see this a bit better now. I know, sorry, I couldn't really see it earlier. And now we're gonna go ahead and put these together. And let's see if I can wind this up better than I attempted the first time. Actually, I'll just flip this around and see. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be the bottom. That means that this is going to go right on there. Cool. And then this one is going to go right on here. Once I put these all on, I'll show you kind of how this whole system works together. And I guess I got two in between. And then it looks like this one goes right here. And then I think same with this one, right? Two in between. This one goes right here. And then, yeah, that's roughly the same. Cool. So, how this system works, I know I kind of showed this earlier. I'll show this on the smaller camera because it'll probably be easier to see. So you see these bricks with the groove on them. So these windows go in like this. And then you see how they're wobbly like that and they can slide out easily. But then you put on this top layer of bricks with grooves, and then it's going to connect in. I won't be able to do it with one hand like that, but it connects in like that so that it's fully secure. So that is what I am doing for the windows. Like I said, I haven't seen this technique before, but I don't want to claim it as my own because there are so many builders that are capable of coming up with something like this. I don't want to say that I came up with this technique, but it's one that you don't see too often in mocks. We'll say it like that. Uncommon technique. And it's illegal, so if you're extreme purist, I consider myself a purist in that I will never buy mega blocks. If I find mega blocks in collections I just throw them away because that's where they belong, in the garbage, because they are garbage. And then but yeah, there are like building purists who will not do illegal techniques because they think that is bad. I mean, there are some illegal techniques that are like, I guess you could say there's a range of illegal techniques. I know like cutting base plates is technically an illegal technique, but I would just consider that so far out of the realm of techniques that I would never cut a base plate, because then when you're physically changing the elements, or people who will there's companies that will chrome over your elements, so you can send your elements to this company, or you can just buy them from the company and they chrome them, so you can get chromed pieces. I think you can also do different colors too with a similar technique like that. I would also consider that something that I would not do anything related to that, just because it's physically changing the medium that you're building with. So that's kind of where I draw the line. But let me know in the comments where you guys draw the line. First of all, if you're willing to build mega blocks or connects, or BOGO bricks, I don't know what other brick companies there are out there. Oh wait, did I build this? Oh, I built this upside down again. Uh-oh, clumsy me. Let's see. I knew there was something off with the way this was looking. Anyways, now I have the correct orientation of the window frame, so that shouldn't be too big of a problem. If I take off those supports, and then I'll just reapply them to the top of this now instead of to the bottom, and that should fix our problem that we were dealing with. Hopefully. But yeah, let me know in the comments. First of all, if you build with other brick brands besides Lego within your Lego builds. I know Buster, who was in the chat earlier, is a big fan of building with Mega Blocks. I've seen them many times in his Brick World builds. It's crying shame, but he does it. It happens, I guess. And then on top of that, if you build with other bricks or if you don't build with other bricks, where do you draw the line with like illegal Lego techniques? Do you? And most techniques involve not connecting bricks in which they are intended to be connected, or like connections that don't fully click in how they should. So let me know if you do any of that stuff, or if you're fully against that, or if you do that and you cut base plates, or if you're against cutting base plates. Kind of where you draw the line with different techniques. It's always interesting hearing from various builders about that, what their different boundaries are when it comes to Lego building and illegal techniques. So this window is almost finished up here. I want to make sure I get this right this time so I don't mess it up again. There we go. That should work. Cool. And then I'll plop this into place. I'll show you guys how it all goes in together. And then I would like to start. I got to do a little more work around the top of the window frame, I think. And then I should be good to get into the bar and the kitchen area. So that's where I'm excited to work on. Because I don't think we really get a good look of Dexter's Diner in like at least the inside of the diner, the inside of the kitchen. Sorry, my bad. The inside of the kitchen in the movie or in the TV show or anything like that. So that gives me a lot of creative freedom then, which is always good when you're building with Lego. And of course, you can always use creative freedom as like your get out of jail free card or whatever you want to call it. That doesn't line up right. Let's see. Oh, you know, it's one over. I keep running into alignment issues. Let's see. Oh, wow, we got another donation. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this is a $10 donation. So you know what? I'm going to pull up, you know what that means? That means the firewalk. I did not think we'd get to that tonight. Comment if that was you. If not, I'm going to pull up the donations right now to see which one that came through. I don't know if the chat's frozen or if you guys are just not messaging, but we haven't had a message in a while in the chat. So that's why I'm going to look it up just in case the chat's frozen for whatever reason on my computer. I don't know why that would be. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up who the donation is from. If it's from nobody, I'm still going to do the firewalk because that is what we do here at Lego Buff Productions. We do not shy away from the challenges that I present for myself. That was me. Okay, Loose Bricks. Thanks for the donation. I'm going to go ahead, stand up. I'm going to move that camera so you can see the bin that I'm talking about. I'm going to move my mic too so you'll be able to hear me as I suffer through the pain of this. But let's go ahead and flip this around. There we go. Cool. All right, so let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. I moved my mic. I hope this works over here. But I'm going to go ahead and do the firewalk. Let's see. First, I got to move the camera. So now that should give you a view of the Lego room. I'm going to check on my computer real quick just to double check on that one. Let's make sure. Yes. Okay, so I gotta move it just a little bit down so you guys can see more of it. Oh, there's an echo? Shoot, let me fix that. 1 second. Okay, let me know if the echo went away. It should be gone now. I changed something around. Let me know if that went away. I don't know why moving my camera created an echo, but apparently that's what happened. So if the echo's gone, I'll go ahead and get started, but please let me know so I can fix that. All good? Cool. We are good to go. Whoa. Okay, so this is the area I'm going to do the firewalk. I'm going to make sure I don't step out of frame. So first off, let me move this stuff out of the way. And what I'm gonna do is I think I'll go back and forth maybe like twice or 3 times. I don't know how painful it's gonna be, what it's gonna feel like. But if you're wondering where did these pieces come from, these are from the last 4 mocks that I did, and there's actually quite a few mocks in here that I never completed, that I never finished, that I just kind of scrapped. They're at various stages when I did so. So that's what this bin is. I'm gonna dump it out on the floor here so that there's no unfurnace or anything. The sweet sound of Lego bricks, right? Now the thing is with this is there's a lot of small and big pieces, so definitely a big variety there. Different levels of pain, I guess. All right, so that should be good. Oh boy, I'm already stepping. Oh boy, that should be good. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Thanks for the $10 donation. If anyone else wants me to see me do this again, send in your donations. Let us begin. And I'm gonna take it slow, because if you go fast, you won't feel it that much. But if you go slow, like this, oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna have like, I have like tiles embedded in. Ow, that one really hurt. Oh, I don't know what piece is under my foot right now, but that one I really felt. That one I really felt. I'm gonna have like a tile jammed in my foot. I'm gonna have to go to the emergency room tonight. How'd this happen, son? Well, I was doing a charity fundraiser and loose bricks had me step on some Lego pieces. Oh boy. I hope I don't break it. I don't think I'll break any pieces. Okay. So that was one way down. I'm gonna do that 3 more times. So I'm gonna go there and then back again. Oh, you know what? I think this is what I stepped on before. This thing right here. Is that one? I think that's what gave me a lot of pain. I didn't see it. Oh, that one's good too. Ooh. Yeah, so I think there's only a few steps that you actually feel. So it really, oh, that's a 1, 2 right there. Wow, okay. There's only a few that you really feel. The rest are kind of just numbed out, I guess, due to the pain of the others. Lego Kosh, you joined at a great time. Oh man, that one's around my toe. I'm walking across Lego pieces for charity. Every $10 you donate, I'll do 2 laps forward and back. I'm about to make my... Oh. Yeah, I'm not going for the world record. I remember seeing that video. I think it was on the Philly Brick Fest. See, this is different. So that was 2x4s. 2x4s, there's a set amount of pain that you feel because they all feel the same. Where these, you have some really sharp, jagged pieces in here. I'll show you one that I stepped on earlier that just hurt like terribly. So you get varying levels of pain. So you take like this step right here, I didn't really feel anything. Now let's see this step right here. This one I felt a little bit more than that. Now other steps, oh wow, that one really hit me in the heel. Wow, okay. Other steps you feel more than others. Whereas with the 2x4s, it's a lot easier because you don't, it's, oh, what is on? Okay. So, let's take a look at the big hitters for tonight. Here it is. Okay. No, that's not the right one. I can't find the other piece that really hurt. But there were three pieces that really dug into me. Here's somewhere I want to do it. So the 3 pieces that absolutely killed. Thanks again for the donation. I appreciate that, Loose Bricks. If anyone wants me to do that again, $10 donation will get there. So this piece right here, which is like a wedge plate, except instead of flattening out here, it went all the way. That one hurt terribly. This whole stack of pieces, I think my foot like went like in between these, and like I felt all of it. That was not fun. But the most painful piece was this one right here, which had these ridges, and that just really digs in. When you put all of your weight on that, and that just digs in. That was not a fun one. So there we go. We're gonna flip the camera back around. And we're gonna sneak back into the building area. Like I said, I will happily do that again. Or not happily, but I will voluntarily do that again for another $10 donation. Oh, I didn't even update the donation screen. Sorry about that. Moose Bricks, thanks for the donation. Again, if you guys want to read more about what the cause is, there's a bunch of info in the description if you want to hear more about that. Let me know if there's another echo. Remember last time I moved the camera, there was an echo, so I don't know where that came from, but yeah, one of your favorite part was, which one was your favorite? Was it the whatchamacallit one? The one with the ridges on it, or was it the wedge plate? I'm trying to think. What was the other one was that, I think it's like those Technic brick pieces. I'm not sure where those came from. Okay, so that should hopefully give you now a better look at the one with the ridges. Yeah, those are great for when you're building like doors. You want moving doors that you can hook up, some gears up to. That's what I use those most often for. I forget it's like a Technic gear rack. I think that's what the actual name for the official Bricklink name. I don't know if it's an official Lego name. For those are the Technic gear racks. Very interesting. Okay, so now that my feet, let's see, are there any? Oh my goodness, there's all these like cuts on. There's nothing bleeding. Oh, there is a tile. If I can hold my foot up, you can see that tile is stuck in my foot right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's funny. So the casualties of war. Oh, yeah, also nice for detail. You're right about that. It's a great, what do you call that kind of piece? Greebling. Great greebling piece right there. Yeah, you can see the tile in there. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Well, thanks for the donation. Thanks again for collecting bricks for the donation as well. We got the 2 donations in tonight. Again, if anyone who's watching joined in, our viewer count went out, so I'm guessing some people saw the little thumbnail for the stream and saw me walking on Lego bricks and it's like, what the heck is this stream all about? And clicked on quickly. So we're doing a charity live stream for some children's hospitals. Information's in the description below. If you want to donate, please do not super chat. Please instead either click on the link in the top of the description or use the link on the screen to donate. And the 3 challenges are Trooper Stack, which you see right here, where I just start stacking these troopers. Collecting bricks got me to do that. Thank you. $5 blindfold build, where I put on a blindfold and I start attempting to build my mock from that. And then a $10 firewalk over the pieces, which I just finished, but we'll do again if we get another donation. Lego Kosh asked, what am I working on right now? So I am currently working on a diner. I actually originally built this for my portion of the Thrawn Rebel collab, and then after that collab ended, I said, hey, this is a pretty cool diner mock. I'd love to bring this to conventions, but no one's gonna understand what it's from, so I gotta redo it a bit and make it be more relevant. So I'm now building it as Dexter's Diner from Star Wars, the one that we see in Episode 2, and we also see in the Lego Star Wars video game. Although, actually, no, is that in the Lego Star Wars? Is that scene in there? I can't remember. I don't know. How'd you get so many troopers? Battle packs. Let me tell you. Lego doesn't do it. I can't remember actually the last battle pack that they did, but they used to do battle packs where you used to get like 4 of the same figure, 3 of the same figure, so you could easily build up. Actually, yeah, the last one was the Stormtrooper ones from Rogue One, I believe, and the Rebel ones. Those were some phenomenal battle packs. Loved those. Absolutely loved those. And so, they would usually retail for $13 or $14. Now the battle packs are up to $15, but they usually go on sale. And so I remember I bought the Stormtrooper one. Target had a listing error, and they put it up for $9.99 or $10, and that's how much battle packs used to originally cost. So I bought a ton of those back then. That's really the fastest way to grow your trooper count. Yeah, if you want to see more of my troopers, you got to donate just $1 a stack, and each $1 will get you 1 stack, and each stack can be a different trooper that I start stacking up. So if you want to see different troopers, go for it. Cool. So I'm gonna move this Clone Troopers. I'm gonna stand it back up again if I can. We're gonna attempt to. We're just gonna move it over here more so it's a bit out of the way so I can get back to working on the mock. There we go. That'll stay like that, right? So one more thing is I'm actually going to wrap up this stream early because I got something going on at 9 my time. So that's in 11 minutes. So we got 11 minutes left. I know the goal to hit was $125. We're $55 short, so don't think we're going to get that close. If someone has some crazy idea that they want me to do like a drop test of any Lego set that I have, it could be one of these module buildings, whatever, I'll do it for $50. I can't think of any other crazy things. I'm trying to think. But if you have something you want me to do for $50 to get us right at that goal of 125 or 50 bucks, and then we'll be $5 short, but that's okay. If you have a crazy idea for $50 that someone's willing to donate the money for, again, it's not going to me, it's going to this fundraiser. I don't touch the money at all. It goes into their fund directly. Let me know in the chat, so we might be able to get a generous donor out there willing to do that. Cool. So, is there any way to donate without giving money? Asked my parents if I could, but they said no. Dang, yeah. So, I mean, obviously not everybody can donate money. That's fine. Everyone's in different financial situations. I don't want you to have to like mortgage your house or start selling Lego sets to donate money. No, nothing like that. There's a bunch of ways you can get involved. With this specific fundraiser that I'm doing, I don't think so, but there's plenty of other ways to volunteer in your community or at your local hospitals. There's definitely volunteering opportunities. So if you want to get involved in stuff like that, a quick Google search should yield some pretty helpful and relevant results for you for that. Cool. No, and I appreciate the attention too of you wanting to help. All good stuff. Cool. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to start working on the top part of this window section, and I should be able to finish that before the end of the stream here in 10 minutes or so. So anybody who's holding off on donating, now is your last chance. I will not be streaming any other days this week. The main reason for that being is I'm going on a trip to Louisville. So if you live in Louisville, Kentucky, I'll be in your area tomorrow, actually. So I'm going on overnight there that's like our little spring break trip. We're not going anywhere special. All right, if you live in Louisville, I guess you could say it's special. I don't know. Louisville. But that's where I will be. So no more streams after this one, unfortunately. But I will do an update video at some point at college. There's an event for this fundraiser that we'll be getting to meet the families and stuff from the hospital, and I'll be doing some sort of clips from that or pictures from that I'll be sharing with you guys. And a special thank you to everybody who donated. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Cool. So I don't know if I have any of these very large plates. I would like to stream some more at college because it's pretty easy actually. Now that I kind of Sorry, apologize if you heard any of that rustling. Now that I kind of got the streaming down, there's a bit, not a huge learning curve, but a few tricks of the trade that I picked up just doing these 3 streams here with some different streaming software. So now that I kind of get a handle on it and everything's all set up, it'll be easy. What am I going to college for? I'm majoring in engineering. I go to the University of Illinois. I'm a sophomore there, so it's one of the top engineering schools in the country. So very happy to be there. If any of you are considering going, if any of you are like a junior or senior in college looking at college, or senior, you should be close to figuring that out by now. But if you're a junior looking at colleges and U of I is on your list, I'd be happy to answer any questions or meet up with you if you come for a visit. Alright, I don't think I have any plates that are this long. But we shall see. Oh, I think I stand corrected. That one, oh, these are too long. Darn. That is not the length I'm looking for. All of these are too long or too short. They're so close. I just need one to be the right size. Or, let's see, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? This will work if I combine the two. A hybrid. Nice. I'm gonna major in civil engineering. Awesome. Yeah. No, I have a lot of friends who are in civil. Actually, the reason we're going to Louisville is because we have a friend. My friends and I are all road tripping from the Chicagoland area to Louisville. But one of our friends lives in Louisville, and they're generous enough to let us stay at their house, and they're a civil engineer. So good for you. Definitely. I mean, all engineering's great, including civil. So. And the cool thing is civil, or as with most engineering, is you get to choose a specific emphasis, whether it be like structural or environmental, or like if you want to do buildings or bridges and roadways, or like, you know, there's a lot of different directions you can go with that. So you got a lot of options. And usually you don't have to declare like that. They're called track options. You usually don't have to declare that until the end of your sophomore year. But that all depends on what colleges you're looking at, what programs and stuff. Feel free to let me know if you're in the chat. If you're considering U of I don't know where you're from in the U.S., but if you're considering U of I or Purdue or Michigan and Ann Arbor, I know those are all top engineering schools. All ones that I once considered when I was doing the good old college search. Let's see. Cool. So this should do it for the top of these windows. Yeah, that all lines up. Awesome. That's just how it's supposed to be. And why am I one off? Uh-oh. I messed up somewhere on that one. I seem to be off by, I think, 2 studs it is. So we're going to try to fix this real quick. Yeah, I want to go into structural. Sweet. That's a good, I mean, all of them. Can't go wrong with any of them. You know what? I think if I go with, take out this 2x4 plate and instead place it with a 2x6 plate. That should fix my problem that I wanted to. We shall soon find out, and that's going to pretty much wrap it up then for this stream once I get this part in. Didn't hit the fundraising goal, but you know what? That's okay. There's other ways I can fundraise money. No worries there. And again, I appreciate everyone who donated. I'll be having a separate video at some point thanking everybody. I have the list of everybody who donated. It saves it all in the database for me. So got all that down pat. And there we go. Now it's all lined up. Sweet. Now the fun part, adding in these dark red pieces right here. And I'm ripping these off the bar, and you're like, why are you destroying the bar? Well, because I'm decided to redo the bar. I didn't like how when I originally did it that I used dark red when the booths for the diner are in red. I used dark red on the outside of the build because it's like the Coruscant look, but on the inside I like having this bright red because it really pops and it really gives you that classic diner feel. So, yep. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's see if I can put all these on, and then we can go ahead and wrap up this stream here. So I gotta leave 2 studs on the end here. And yeah, you know, it looks like I'll probably, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to order some more of these unless I can find them somewhere in my collection. I'm not a huge set picker, and by that I mean I don't like to pick off pieces from sets just because I don't like them or something. I know some people are like, oh yeah, I got all these sets, I just rip pieces off of them whenever I need pieces. Yeah, I'm definitely not that guy. I like to preserve my sets as best as possible, and then if I'm going to take a part off a set, I'm going to take all the parts off this set and then just sort them into my collection from there. I mean, only 3 fit in the bottom here. But yeah, I'd consider that some pretty good progress I made today. I finished off the entire side of the diner. Thanks again to everybody who donated, especially Loose Bricks for that 10-hour donation and Collecting Bricks for the $1 donation today. Let me see if I can pull up the full list of donors here so I can go over each and everybody who donated. That should work. If you have any last-minute questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the 2 minutes we have remaining here. And here we go. We got 9 total donations. So we got Loose Bricks, we got Collecting Bricks. We have Spencer, Lego Spencer, Drew, which is Packer221. And then we got Collecting Bricks again the other day. Marfon20. We got M&R Productions. We got ST Productions. And we got, I forgot who this first donation was. They just put in their name as Fan of Lego. I forgot who that was. But big thanks to all of those. Big thanks to everyone watching. Again, I understand that not everybody can donate to something like this. And this was kind of sprung last minute thing that I decided to do I started on Monday. But thanks to everyone who tuned in throughout all of these and who stuck around, and I encourage you to volunteer if you don't have the money to donate to stuff like this, to volunteer your time at various volunteering opportunities in your community, in your area. There's plenty of them if you just look for them. And that's going to do it for this stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and have a good one.